justice of it all. It's good to see all of you here this morning. Yes. I didn't want to say anything about that Dallas situation, but since we brought up that it was, so it is. That was very American of them, wasn't it? Yeah. Where anywhere else in the world, but the way history has did our people in this country, and the way we have responded, that's the American way. They have treated our people and did everything under the sun to our people in this country. And what do our people do? We still keep running to them and saying, help me, boss. So we still have a way to go. But as was brought up, there's still something to that. That doesn't meet the eye. When you look, first of all, yes. La ilaha illallah, Fahami Rasul, Lillahi Ra. Today's lecture I entitled Spiritual Success. Spiritual success. We hear all the time where we have to get the spirit of something. You know, hey, you need to get the spirit. You need to get the spirit of something to get the spirit, you know. And for Fahami, the highest thing that we can hope to get is to get the spirit of Fahami.
I do.
You know, get the spirit of Fahami. You know, we must get that and universal essence, you know, that pervades everything.
I do.
We must get that universal essence of spirit, you know, so we can be motivated rightly and can go about our business and commit just acts amongst our people and for our people. So, spiritual success. Spiritual success. All men are times begotten sons, and all women are his daughters.
I do.
And the chosen are the wise and the doers of good. Fahami is the Holy Spirit of Ra the glorified, again manifest in the image of man. As it was in times past, manifest in many holy neighbors. I have gone deep into humanity's past and high into the spiritual realm. And now I give the world the key to this problem.
I do.
For Hamid Rasul. The key to the problem. The key to the problem. Purity of the heart, which is Ra. I said purity of the heart, which is Ra, has its seat or throne in the conscience, which is guided by the truth of Amun. Let this reality anchor your sensibilities. Let this reality, let the truth that is Amun anchor your sensibilities. Let your foundation be based in these sensibilities, collectively as love, joy, and courage. Slow yourself down and let this reality, because it is real. This is no fantasy. This is not a myth. This is real. Let this reality anchor your sensibilities. Live with truth, being in conformity to rule. Live with the truth. Learn to live with the truth. Quit running and dodging from the truth. Live with the truth. Live with exactness. Live in close correspondence with the example. The example is for honey. Live in close correspondence with the example and willing the mood of your gods. Be the best for honey you can be and will the mood of your gods according to your understanding of for honey. Hear ye this again, O my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia. Fahami is the United States of religious minds. The blacks, browns, reds, yellows, and whites, nation of the world. Fahami is the United States of those minds, of those religious minds. Blacks, browns, reds, yellows, whites. Fahami is the United States of those cultural or religious minds. Fahami is the United States of those minds. Every race on this earth, Fahami is the United States of their cultural and religious minds, which is the state of oneness. This is the state of mind of Isis, El, and Amun, or peace. We must help the other nations to go forward on the path of communal achievement or at-one-ment with one another. It is selfless. It seeks not to possess, nor demand subservience to self-will. Its joys are another's happiness, and their sorrows are our sorrows. It both gives and takes in a balance of complete harmony. This is spiritual success. Therefore, Fahami is not an organization, nor one of the 72 different denominations in Islam. So let all, regardless of race, creed, color, or kind, come into the United States of Fahami. That is the United States of minds, souls, bodies, in the United States of understanding. Control yourselves and think, brothers and sisters. Understanding is the bottom line in it all. So we almost come together in a United States of understanding. If we ever hope and will for this to work. conflicts and is antagonistic to the other. Their creeds and doctrines conflict. Their gods and angels conflicts. Hence, people become spiritual enemies to one another. When all that is needed is understanding. Hear now, and the Most High has also sealed the great Bantu race and the Maasai. There is an angel or jinn or genius. There is an angel or jinn or genius, a spirit. There is a spiritual genius to aid every man and woman in their every wish and endeavor by permission of the Most High God. Yeah. For owning lands and farms, palaces and wealth and riches, wisdom, holiness, and grace or success, and mastery at any trade or profession, to the ruling of an empire, an angel or spirit for each trade. The Howry or female angels in paradise who entertain the soldiers who have died in battle for the defense of country, home, family, and kindred. The Anawa are those male angels who entertain in paradise those Fulhami females who die widows or orphans or friendless. The Howry and Anahor remain throughout eternity, strong and vigorous, young and beautiful, strong, good and healthy, loving and pure, dispensing love and light, and life and happiness. And they have good manners. And they have good manners. The Most High God Amun-Ra is the inspiration. He is the guide in the building of our faith in fact, which is truth. We can prove all of this, what we're doing. We can prove it. We can prove it in our actions. We can prove it in our words. And we can prove it in Paul N. Johnson, B.A. The union of minds in this movement covers all the ages and millenniums of our existence. This movement, this union of the minds of our holy and noble ancestors stretches back to our creation. We are the ancients. This holy mindset of ours covers thousands upon thousands of years. All we have to do is get the spirit of our noble ancestors. Call on them. Evoke them. Their thoughts can be our thoughts. If we would just call on them, if we would just remember them, that they are always among us. They are there with us. Spiritual success. It is the state of being united or joined in a combination of communities, such as agreement and conjunction of mind, spirit, will, affections, harmony in concordance. That of same mind is united or made one. I I said that of same man is united or made one. That which is formed by a combination of our minds into a confederation, a consolidated body in battle array, a legion, Ra's legion, not a young man Christian association, but a young men and women for Hami legion. Here now, you must understand, Pharaoh's daughter baptized herself and brought Moses up out of the water. And while Pharaoh Meneptah was baptized, he was baptized and washing himself, God sent to him Harun or Aaron and Moses, because among the people was accustomed to refuse no request at prayer time. When Pharaoh's daughter was baptizing herself, and she seen this young baby, she knew the baby wasn't Ethiopian. She knew the baby wasn't an Egyptian. But according to their custom, according to their culture, she knew the right thing to do was to get this defensive child up out from, just floating by itself out of the water. This is what you do. She knew it was was from a different nation, was from a different race. Pharaoh Meneptah, when he was bathing, he knew it was the right thing to do. Let me hear what these Jews got to say. Let me hear what these Hebrews got to say, because it was a custom. But most important, the prophet says it was among the people that this custom was born or originated. It wasn't originated among the aristocracy or the nobles. It was started among the people. But it was such a strong and good and noble custom that the aristocracy, it couldn't be denied. So even they took up this practice. So all the people in Egypt, including the nobles and the aristocracy, they did it too. And the Egyptian people did it. So when Moses, as a babe, showed up, and when Harun and Moses showed up, the Egyptians, the nobles included, they heard them, or they helped them. Spiritual understanding, a spiritual awakening. The day of judgment is the day you die. The day of death, the day of resurrection is the day of rebirth. All babies come from God. When they die, young or old, they go back to Him. People who died 3,000 years ago are not lying in their graves waiting for a trumpet or a general resurrection. They have been up and about their business long ago. Spiritual success. Those possessing soul strength at death, they up and at 'em. They are up and at 'em. They've been up and about their business right away. This is a spiritual success. denied the protection of this understanding, and is as one lost in a fog of uncertainty, which presses round about him, causing him to mistake the byways for the clear, straight pathway of true knowledge. We keep refusing to accept ourselves. We still keep refusing to accept ourselves. And until we do, we're going to be wandering. We're going to be a wandering people, worse than the wandering Jews. The ignorant among our people are those who do not know their God, nor their ancestry, nor their history, nor have they a language of their own. Peace be upon the prophets of God. Shem or Ham was a god and was a father of God. And the sons of God were his sons. Listen to history. Listen to proper history speaking to you. Just don't read and study to be reading and studying. Listen to what proper history is telling you. Again, you African Americans, so-called Negroes, Shem or Ham is the father of Cush, who is Ethiopia, Mizraim, which is Egypt, Futar, which is Chaldea or Arabia, and Canaan, which is Palestine. They are your sons and daughters. You are Ham. You are Shem. They are your sons. They are your sons. The original, creative, cultural, governmental beginnings of all mankind. We started it all. They're the black race. And Shem, meaning black cultures, black governments, taught the nations. He taught all of them. From him they learned the secret power of names and certain words, for certain words are powerful. But the masses do not know. Fahamira Rasul. The masses don't know these things. But become a Fahami and you will. We don't hold things back like white masonry. Fahami is not a secret organization. We teach the truth. We teach proper understanding. The God of Fahami has no bounds. The earth is the resting place, the sleeping place of the spirits. But they travel on the wings of the wind. These spirits are free from the material, physical restraints of the body and can move about unfettered through space and time in concordance with the cosmic mind, the great brain of creation. Instantly, they understand that they are one with the universe and everything in it. All is of God, Son of God, moon of God, stars of God, people of God, and also animals, insects, and the like. They travel with their minds and the strength of their will, dispensing peace and love in a perfect blend, a perfect balance throughout Allah's creation. On the earth plane, this spirit manifests by inspiring man with the understanding that each can go his own way and respect one another for peace sake among the races and nations of the world. This is another example of spiritual success. Let everybody go their way. You go yours, they go yours, they go theirs in peace. For neither Africans nor African Americans can be Christians, Mohammedans, Jews, nor Hindus, Buddhists, except in name only. And this nominal token gets us nowhere. But we can be Fahami's Islamites, champions of the faith of Isis, El, Amun, Ptah, Ori, and Ra, their ancestral and celestial forebears. Our holy Fahami Rasul informs us the African American, so-called Negroes of today, is a godless race. The only people in the world today who has no God, no heaven, no hell, except those whom other races have taught him. We the only people running around here picking up everybody else's book but one of our own. Still, after all these years, we still picking up other people's book. Not one written by someone who's from among us. If you have any really great men and women, they are your gods and goddesses, virgins and saviors under Allah, the one, the great. The integration mad leaders among us, they try to explain away this fact by preaching the oneness of mankind and all out of one blood and so forth. It's an ideal truth, but the black race has got nowhere with that. So we can forget that. Nobody's paying any attention to that. Besides, they cut us, we go to, black people have died like that. We get cut, go to the hospital to get a blood transfusion, and they get a white man, and both of them got A positive blood, but because you black, he don't give it to you. So what good is it for y'all to be of the same blood? You don't get it even when you get there. As Jesus was spiritually King of the Jews, so is the Fahami prophet spiritually the King of the African Americans, the blacks. That's just saying that Jesus was a Hebrew and he came to the Jews, but the Jews rejected him. If you know anything about the Jewish religion, they are still waiting for the Messiah. They haven't accepted Jesus. He's a holy prophet to them. They haven't accepted him as the Messiah. And so it is to this day among black people in this world with Paul and John's. He is spiritually our king. And he is here. He has come, and his people still rejects him. Still, to this day. A real prophet is one to whom God sends down a book. All others are only preachers. Our culture, that of Hamites, that of black people, religion and salvation dates back to the pyramids of Khufu. Their masonry began in India. This is not to say say Masonry actually ended, only that the standard was set. Only that the standard was established with that great and magnificent structure. Our holy Fahami Rasul, the Amun, Ancient of Days, successor and vice regent to the entire Hamite pantheon, the culture prophet to the Ethiopian American and black people worldwide. He has instructed us to start anew, and is the first and only one to formulate a creed and introduce ancestor worship among Hamites, Kemites, so-called Negroes in the history of the world. Has given us new knowledge of governments, of nations, of religion, of science and theology, of time, dimensions, and of space. The Fahami are enlightened, the only man with a solution to race problems. Oh, my beloved sons and daughters of Ethiopia. Adam, the name or the word, A-D-A-M, is taken from an earlier, I said earlier now, is taken from an earlier tomb, Atum, Autumn, the setting sun of the year or in the fall, like now. That's Autumn, that's tomb, that's Atum, not Adam. I said earlier, Adam, A-D-A-M, is taken from an earlier. In the earlier is tomb and Atum. Mentu or Amenti is the rising sun in the spring. All are Ethiopian. All are black in origin. All of these things are black in origin. They African in origin. Later, I didn't say earlier, I said later, these things became known, especially Mentu and Amenti, in the spring or the rising sun. It's called Easter. Eve, Hagar, after whom the name Ishmael is named. All of the names for God are combined in the one name, Allah. Among the ancient names of Allah, the name Amen is the list. Again, he says, among the ancient names of Allah, the name Amen is the list. And that is to say that the name of the Most High, which is Amen, is older than Allah. Before they start calling the Most High Allah, he was called Amen. He was called Amen. Our cultures, our treasures from Amen. I'm going to say a few words about first now. And we have to think, black people have to think. Our holy Fahami Rasul informs us, ships or houseboats. We were the first to do that. Pyramids, tents, buildings, wigwams, we did that. We made the first harbors, places to park your boat. We made the first dishes, glasses, cooking and eating utensils. We smelted iron. We built the first clocks. You know, we built the pyramids. We were the first to time travel. We could tell time. In a sense, telling time is nothing but time travel. We navigation, like the Swahili, agriculture, distilling, chemistry, all of this is ours. We were the first to do these things. But then we'll jump up to today's time and our people will say, I am so happy to be the first one to go to a white school. I'm so happy to be the first one to be on a white job. I'm the first one to be with white folks over here. I'm so happy to be the first one to be with white folks over there. I'm the first one to do something in the white world. When if they study properly and read properly and remember and understand history properly, they would know that they were the first in all of that. They were the real first. You know, I like that movie when they're talking about all those first ladies who worked at NASA Space Center. And they sending, showing white folks how to go to space. Well, man, we did that before white folks came into existence. And here we are celebrating, sending them back into space again. And we celebrated something we did before they even came into existence. We were going into space and coming back. But they glorifying that first. That's not a real first. That's a first celebrating first, black first in a white world. We must get a proper understanding of things and who we are. The hatred for our people today stems directly from a religious past. Thus, it is our duty to turn to our own heritage and recreate the treasures of Africa. Amen. When we learn to know the truth and learn the secret powers of the universe and develop the unfoldment of our inner powers, our soul forces, we too will show our light, our understanding, shining out bright. Spiritual success. Let it shine. Then you are getting spiritual success. You are getting the spirit of whatever it is you're doing. Let it shine. All the names given to those who become Fahamis are son names, are attributes of God. These attributes of God in your own tongue. He is Ari and Tum, the right hand, the truth. He is Pita, the ordainer, creator. He is Anu and Nu, the great I am, the Om, meaning strength, or the No, meaning fair, bright, clear, the One. Allah is one, the word of light and word of truth. He is lightning, thunder, and rain. He is Fahami, divine successor of the original 3, 7, 8, 12 God's saints of Ham, which is Africa. These attributes of the sun are the signs of the zodiac, assigned and ascended to earth. incarnate, these gods and goddesses ruled all the earth around the torrid zone that belts the earth, and had dominion over everything that lived and moved upon the earth for countless millenniums before the birth of so-called Adam. Nor should you should join. You should join the Church of the Hamites and learn how Quran and Bible sheds light on the gods and goddesses of Kim, your own virgins and saints. A people's gods are just like the people are. The continued adversity of black people in our world today directly reflects their lack of knowledge and realization of themselves and the relationship, if they have one, with their God. Someone who looks like them, someone who acts like them, their culture, someone who speaks like them, their language. You and your God must be one and the same thing. Our history and heritage is a grand and noble one, and it still remains intact. Be sincere, brothers and sisters, in your inquiries about yourself, about your people, about your God. You are blessed, but you don't understand your blessing. We are the fathers of all mankind. Emulate your own heroes, your own virgins, your own saints, saviors, gods and goddesses. Know this, to these great Hamites, God blessed and gave to them every luxury of life. Salam.